Hello there, now with me, Radzi Ahmad, for TVS'S English News at 5. Let us begin with the top stories for today. Now, environmental sustainability remains one of the cores in tandem with Sarawak's pursuit of becoming a developed state by 2030. Deputy Minister of Public Health and Housing, Michael Tiang Ming T, believes that the economic activities and undertakings will not be done at the expense of the environment.
He said this when officiating the Climate Change Action Plan seminar organized by the Cebu Municipal Council SMC today. Tiang, who is also the Palawan Assemblyman, said the call to address climate change was more urgent now because if nothing was done, more cities would be submerged. In addition, homes and lives would be destroyed, food would be scarce, poverty would increase and people would starve, which eventually weaken the economy.
Flood mitigation projects will be expedited to reduce the impact of the disaster in the future. Now, Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim said Treasury Secretary General Dato' Johan Mahmud Merichan had been instructed to hasten the project implementation.
The Treasury has been ordered to speed up the tender process.
Tapi langkah-langkah segera dari sudut umpamanya membeli water jet dan sebagainya itu telah pun dilakukan dan saya harap ini akan dapat membantu.
He said this when flagging off the post-flood Civil Service Volunteer Team (PSPA) to Johor today. A total of 1,520 civil servants representing various ministries, departments and government agencies are participating in the two-day post-flood mission, particularly in areas in the Batu Pahat district. According to a statement issued by the Prime Minister's Department, in conjunction with today's event, the mission will focus on the cleaning of medical and educational facilities, government buildings and public places. On March 17, Anwar instructed all ministry machinery to help in post-flood operations in Johor and that the Finance Ministry had approved an additional allocation of 150 million ringgit for the purpose.
Kehadiran saudara, percayalah bagi rakyat di bawah kita tekan itu akan memberi makna dan arti yang sangat besar. Saya hanya mampu berdoa kepada Allah Taala, mudah-mudahan saudara dapat menjalankan tugas dengan ikhlas al-amalillah dan diberkati dan diperkuatkan tekad menghadapi Ramadan Mubarak.
The number of flood victims in Batu Pahat, Johor was reported to have dropped to 6,740 following the closure of 3 evacuation centres. Also present at the event today were Deputy Prime Minister Dato' Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Sabah, Sarawak Affairs and Special Functions, Dato' Armizan Muhammad Ali, and Chief Secretary to the Government, Tan Sri Muhammad Zuki Ali.
Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim fears for the future of EPF members as the number of EPF members aged below 55 with savings less than 10,000 ringgit had reached 6.7 million people. Hence, the proposal to allow Employees Provident Fund EPF members to use their savings as collateral for bank loans does not breach Section 51 of the EPF Act. Anwar added that the government had checked with EPF and the Attorney General for legal advice on this matter.
Umpamanya RM50,000 itu sebagai pinjaman, tetapi dividen itu akan diberikan sepenuh ikut kumpulan asal, jadi tidak dipotong.
He said this when replying to a supplementary question from Sungai Besar MP Dato' Muslimin Yahaya on whether the proposal would breach the EPF Act and whether the Prime Minister had sought advice from the Attorney General on the matter. He said this method of applying for bank loans would not jeopardize the interests of EPF members, as they would continue receiving dividends on the savings used as collateral.
Kalaulah beberapa jumlah kecil yang gagal membayar, dia tidak mengesankan parah kerana jumlah induk dan dividen sudah ditambah dari potongan mungkin dari sudut dividen. Jadi risiko tu bagi, kalau faham saya, sangat minimal.
He said EPF wanted contributors to use the Islamic loan facility but would not stop members, whether Muslims or non-Muslims, from borrowing on conventional rates. Apart from this, Anwar said members can still use their EPF account too for purposes of education, performing the Hajj and paying for hospital expenses as announced earlier. He asked all quarters not to regard EPF withdrawals as the only way to ease the people's burden, as the government had taken other measures to help them, including extending separate assistance to workers, farmers, fishermen and civil servants.
Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim called upon giant and multinational corporations to facilitate in the funding of technical and vocational education and training (TVET) in the country. He said that they would directly assist the people through acquisition, maintenance and training.
Jadi pendekatan kita ialah meminta syarikat-syarikat membantu langsung sama ada projek-projek rakyat miskin atau dalam kes ini secara khusus TVET, kerana TVET itu latih anak-anak muda kita, majoriti Melayu, Bumi Putera, untuk meningkatkan kemahiran, mendapat peluang pekerjaan yang lebih baik dan upah atau gaji yang lebih tinggi.
He said this during the minister's question time in the Dewan Rakyat on Tuesday. The companies include Sunway Berhad, Berjaya Corporation Berhad, companies registered with the Associated Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Malaysia, Telekom Malaysia, and Al-Bukhari Group of Companies. Meanwhile, answering to a supplementary question from Cha Ki-chin regarding taxes should be used to help the poor, he said that the current government was adopting a new approach by getting large companies to financially help the target group instead of donating for political influences.
TVS will serve an array of Ramadan shows and telemovies for the whole family throughout the holy month of Ramadan. Sarawak Media Group SMG Chief Executive Officer Rizal Zulkapli said these programs, which feature diverse Sarakian content, offer a different perspective and refreshing twist to the Ramadan lineup.
I think banyak berkenaan dengan bagaimana mereka di Sarawak menyambut bulan-bulan ini. Untuk Ramadan, untuk raya, untuk gawai, kita dapat lihat perspektif yang berbeza dan perspektif yang lebih segar dan menarik ditayangkan di kaca TV. Untuk Ramadan ada resepi-resepi menarik yang dihidangkan di Sarawak sewaktu bulan Ramadan. Untuk raya kita ada sambutan hari raya daripada segi kacamata mereka yang menyambut di Sarawak. Kemudian untuk gawai kita ada beautiful colours and stories berkenaan dengan gawai dan juga berkenaan dengan budaya di sini.
According to Rizal, TVS special programs highlights its commitment to inspire the audience's world, would feature Aroma Sungke, Salam Nusantara, Suntong Tutok, and Lantun Detektif Raya.
Dan ini juga adalah platform yang terbaik untuk bakat-bakat dari Sarawak mengetengahkan idea mereka. I think it's fun to be in Sarawak right now. 2023 dengan pelbagai festival, pelbagai perayaan, dengan aktiviti ekonomi yang terus rancak. I think it's going to be a good year for TVS, for Sarawak and for other industries in Sarawak, termasuk pelancongan, business events di Sarawak, dan we hope that TVS boleh membawakan kandungan-kandungan ini di kaca TV anda dan juga di platform-platform digital kami.
He said this at Sarawak Uncovered sneak peek at TVS' latest GEM event in Kuching on Monday.
Welcome back. The government is studying several provisions in the law that could be used or amended to allow them to repay those who have fallen prey to online scams. Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Law and Institutional Reform, Ramkarpal Singh, said the laws are now being reviewed, which include the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 200, as well as the Penal Code and the Criminal Procedure Code.
He added further that the measures would also include increasing the capabilities of the National Scam Response Center, NSRC, pertaining to operations, manpower resources, centralized data systems, office infrastructure facilities, technical equipment, and financial analysis systems. Ramkarpal was responding to a question from Senator Dato Hussein Awang during the oral question and answer session, as the senator wanted to know the measures taken by the government in dealing with the increasingly critical issue of online scams. He further added that integrated enforcement actions can be implemented through the operation of the NSRC by combining the workforce and expertise of various agencies, which include banking institutions and telecommunications companies.
The government will not adopt a populist approach by considering another round of withdrawals from the Employees Provident Fund EPF members' savings, as it will impact EPF's ability to manage its fund. The Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli said taking the money out of the EPF would limit its investment option strategies and eventually impact the dividends paid to contributors.
Rafizi said, for the good of the nation, the government would not resort to populist measures despite facing immense pressure from a group of people. Noting that for the tough market conditions in 2023 and 2024, EPF needs to have a resilient and robust fund to protect the majority of EPF depositors who are mainly small depositors. He expressed hope that within 5 years, the people would understand the government's decision and be able to appreciate it.
More than 100 firefighters and emergency responders were present at the scene as a significant fire engulfed a church in Burlington, New Jersey, resulting in its complete destruction. Local authorities said the blaze erupted at around 6 p.m. Eastern Time at the Fountain of Life Center in New Jersey, as dark plumes of smoke can be seen for several miles around.
Russell Hodgen, a senior pastor of the church, told local media that it is a devastating loss to the community and the crew is still attempting to save the school building attached to the church. While Robert Top, Florence Township Fire District Administrator, said that the crew did a tremendous job in stopping the fire as its size has made them switch strategies in their operation. There were no immediate reports of injuries and the cause has yet to be determined. The Cherry Hill Courier Post said the church, which opened in 1974, has 1,000 members and its campus include a school, worship space and family life center.
And that's it for TVS News at 5. I'm Razi Ahmad. Thank you for watching.